Hey guys, Matt here, and today I'm bringing you the second half to the last Battlefield quickie. And personally, I find this game a little bit more exciting than the previous chapter or episode, whatever you want to call it. Let's call it chapters. I have books on my mind for whatever reason. Well, actually, not for whatever reason. I'm talking to someone about books, so yes, I am a nerd. Sorry to hear my phone go off halfway through with my. I'm trying not to sound, well, unrespectful here, but fruity. I'm gonna say fruity ringtone. But yeah, I don't have a very nice text message ringtone. For whatever reason, when we get a new phone, they have like the worst stock messages. What was that? You see people that watch Call of Duty videos, that's shooting down a helicopter with a I don't know how to say it. Untracking bazooka, I guess, I don't know, RPG based weapon, recoilless rifle, whatever you want to call it. Well, yeah, in Bad Company you can trace like helicopters or various other vehicles like tanks, Bradleys, whatever you want to, with missiles, and able heat seek them. But it's in a very, very cool way. You actually have to tracer dart the vehicle first, and it's very, very hard to tracer dart a helicopter, so it takes skill to tracer a helicopter and what have you, other vehicle. But today I wanted to bring about a rather special topic, which hopefully you guys will like. It's gonna be a rather funny, I guess, in some ways, commentary. And I don't know why I'm actually speaking about this. It's just, I don't know, it felt like the right time. I had no other topics to talk about other than how Charlie Sheen's no longer winning. But, as we get the reference, those up to you. But, I am going to be talking about my first fight. Now, I don't want you guys to get in your head that I fight every day or anything. I've only gotten into 3 fights in my life, and 2 of which were actually with the same person. So, I might speak about those fights in another time, as they were pretty embarrassing for the other kid. And I would like to think this one is too. As I said before, I've been in 3 fights, and I have won each time. And surprisingly, each time I got into fights, they were with people that either weighed a lot more than me or were bigger than me. Now, I'm going to be talking about my first one. Now, it was in the last year I lived in New York. And I remember, it was probably a month and a half before school ended. And I was on the school bus, and for whatever reason, there's a kid named Cody, and me and Cody knew each other. Me and him never really, I never really liked the kid. He was really weird, to say the least. He was one of those freaky kids that, like, if you were the parent, you're like, tell your child not to go near. And the kid, for whatever reason, he got on the bus. I was sitting down with my friend Andrew, who at the best time was my best friend. And he's one of the few people I do remember from New York. And basically, I was sitting right next to him in the back of the bus because it was the final year for elementary school. It was just great. We owned the school bus. It was awesome. And another helicopter I shot, but did not take down. So wait a second, you'll see how I react to helicopters that manage to live a RPG. And this is how I react to them. Boom. But anyway, me and him never saw eye to eye. We really weren't friends. And I sat in the back of the bus, because, you know, it's final year, we're the oldest kids in the group, and we were all cool. Like, we were the cool kids. We were the older group. And now that I look back on it, we weren't really cool, but we were the older kids. We felt cool. And it just didn't go over well. He came to the back of the bus, and I remember getting kicked right in the side of the leg. And look up, and I see him standing there, looking down upon me. And my first thing was just look at him, say something, then push him onto his seat. And I sat back down. And about 2 minutes went by. And next thing I know, I get punched right on the side of the face. Now, I remember about 2 seconds into what happened after that. Then the rest of the time, I did black out. And anyone can tell you, when you get into fights, your adrenaline is pumping so much that some people would say to see red. I saw black. I like blacked out. I don't remember anything that happened really. But from what I've been told by my friend Andrew, and from what I can remember, because I do remember bits and parts of it, but basically, I get punched in the side of the face, and I guess I had some sort of, like, nerd rage going on the side of my head, as yes, I am a nerd, and I just went crazy. I remember just doing a complete tackle onto his seat bus, and I was a little kid, so you can't see over the, so the bus driver, even if she was to look all the way back, you couldn't see me. I was underneath the seat, you couldn't see anything, and I remember I tackled him straight onto that seat on the bus, and I grabbed him by the neck, and by that time, the kid was trying to cower, and I remember I grabbed him right under the chin, right on the neck, and I just started hammering on his head. And the entire time I was doing that, I was saying, "Why won't you die, Cody?" And that's 10-year-old self. That's my 10-year-old self. So imagine a small little 10-year-old who, at the time, I think I only weighed like 75 pounds. I was 10. I was extremely underweight. But I tackled him straight on there. I started wailing on him, saying, "Why won't you die?" And at the same time, on my other hand, with the hand I was choking him with, I was picking up his head, and I don't know how it is with you guys in the UK with buses, but I know they have no luxury in the buses in the US, and there was my phone with my fruity ringtone, and it's just pure sheet metal right in front of you, or I don't even know what type of metal, it's just metal right in front of you, like underneath the window, all around it, and I was picking him up by the neck and hitting his head, like the back of his head on the metal right under the window, and at the same time still punching him straight in the face. And now I realize I was getting extremely close to the temple, and I probably could have killed the kid, either from spinal trauma or head trauma, or just from him in the temple. So I was a little angry little child who could flip at any point. But I don't know, I remember feeling after I felt accomplished that I finally, that I was able to be up kid. I knew that even though I got hit first, I wasn't expecting it, I won. It felt great. So I remember after about, I don't know, about 3 minutes of me just constantly hitting him in the face, I remember the entire time he kept on trying to block, and he only managed to hit me twice, once in the arm, and then he hit me straight in the eyeball itself. I remember the time that your adrenaline is pumping, you don't feel it at all. I felt it later though, and it kind of sucked, but I remember I was getting off the bus in a single file line, and my younger sister is there too, and I've always been this way. After a fight, I just completely break down. Even though I've always won fights, I break down and I start crying. And I know that does not sound manly, but it's just when you have so much adrenaline pumping through your body, and when it finally stops, all your emotions run loose. And I guess at that time, all my emotions came out, and it came out as well me crying. And I remember my sister was still sitting down, and I grabbed her out, saying like, "We're going," and she was running back at me, and I hated that she was running back at me. And next thing, I turn around for 1 second, I see the kid try to jump on top of my sister. And thank God my friend Andrew decided to wait a little bit and get behind the kid. And as soon as he tried to jump, my friend Andrew grabbed him by his collar and swung him down. And I thank Andrew so much when that happened, because he saved my sister from getting hit. And I was just about to jump on that kid again when all of a sudden the bus driver got up, and I just left with my sister. And it was an eventful thing. And guys, remember how I said I got hit right in the eye, directly in the eye? Well, I went to the eye doctor after that. I had it scheduled for anyways. I just happened to be the guy I got into the fight with. I managed to happen to get hit in the eye, and it swole up. And for whatever reason, the doctor still decided to give me the test. I don't know why she did, but she did. And even though I had a black eye, it was swollen, and I failed the test, but they told me I need glasses. I see fine, but as you can imagine, your vision's gonna be pretty impaired when one of your eyes is swollen after a direct hit from a kid. So that was annoying. And then the next day, I got called up to the principal's office, but they've always known me as the good kid, so I got off. The other kid did. He got in trouble by his parents. My parents were just happy that I won. Yeah. Well, my parents were happy I defended myself. So yeah, guys, that's my first fight. Now, if you guys give me at least 20 likes, I will tell you about the time when I was a little kid back in 2nd grade, I got bullied, and I'll tell you how I managed to get out of that. And if you guys can Give me 20 likes and I will post that. Peace out.